Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Scrappin' Saturday and I'm not scrapbooking, I'm using scraps. Now I don't have an awful lot of scraps because I got rid of a lot of scraps. But I wanted to make an idea book based on Corey Dahman's Scrap Busters. And so I'm going to be using this collection, which is called Green Coral Floral, that I got at Hobby Lobby when it was on sale, and it's got some really pretty pieces in here. So I'm going to choose a couple of these pages just to get started. We're going to be doing journal cards and clusters today. I'm going to take this page and then one that's a little maybe darker contrast, not floral. Oh, there we go. That'll be a good one. Okay, just to get us started. And then I will be basically making scraps and using scraps as we go. So, I will leave Corey's link below to her playlist for her Scrap Busters videos. But the first video that she did was journal cards and clusters, and she makes, takes her scraps and she just takes 3 pieces of paper and sews them together. I'm not going to be sewing anything together today. I'm not going to be inking anything because I just want this book to be an idea book, and I don't want it to be something that I go back to and say, okay, it has to be done this way. I want it to spark an idea. Oh, you know what, I think that would look better if if I took this and did this or whatever, because that's what we do. We take an idea and we run with it. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it very basic so that when I go back to it, I can look through and get the basic structure of the idea, but not necessarily all the details. So now I did take 2 of my tea-dyed, and I think these are 4x6. Yes, 4x6 index cards, and you can see this ink runs on these index cards because you can see it on the back there, but that's okay. I kind of like it. And I'm going to be covering this side somewhat. These are from Dollar Tree, so they're not super thick, but they'll work for this. And basically I've got some book page from a kids school book. I've got some music. I don't know what this is. This is a table of contents of some of this very brittle paper, but I thought that might be fun. And here's another piece of that book. And I'm going to do the cluster and add it to the journal card. And then I've got some of these vellum flowers I thought I might add. I know Corey uses those. And then if I don't like what I see, I've always got a couple of these Tim Holtz Ideology butterflies and tickets and pretty much all kinds of stuff in here to fall back on. So that's what I'm going to be using for this this series. So I'm just going to cut let me get my cutter out. I'm thinking I'm going to cut maybe a 1/2 inch strip off of this and a 1 inch strip, and we'll go from there. So let's do I won't need all this, but it'll give me scraps for something else. That's not a 1/2 inch, so I've got a 1/4 inch. And I have a 1/2 inch. And then I'm gonna, I think to the edge of this, yeah, that's about 1 inch. I'm not going for perfection here, so that's what I'm going to use from this one. And then I'm going to use the same from this floral. So yeah, you know what, I'll go ahead and do that. 1/4 inch, you never know where it might kind of come in handy as just a little extra something. 1/2 inch, and then we'll go with a 1 inch piece. And there we go. I think this is my favorite page in that collection. Very pretty. Okay, so we have this, we have these. So the first thing that she does is she just makes clusters. So I think what I will do is just start tearing some things. Maybe I'll tear this and add to that. Maybe add a little, this is very, very delicate. Maybe add a little bit of that. And maybe some of this green that I cut by accident can just go right through there. All right. So we have that. I'll put that back down where you can see it. And then I'm just going to make some stacks here and see where we get. I'm going to need some bigger ones, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I can use that. Do a bigger one. Maybe just a piece of that. We can always tear off what we don't like. Some music in behind this one. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be inking any of this stuff, but you surely could. You surely could. And let's do, yeah, so I've basically got all different sizes here. And with the paper strips that I cut, you know, let's see. It's got some fibers or something sticking out. Just a little bit of music. But the, you know, the general idea of this is to use up these scraps, right? So I'm not sure I want that on there. And I think I've got enough actually. I don't need a ton because we do want to put maybe some kind of focal point. So let's see. Let's do this and this. Yeah, this is 4. And then we can put something on top of that. And you know what's fun is just to staple something on there. I know I want the vellum to be a little, oh, that's bigger than I thought. I thought that was something little. Let's do, here's a little, just a little ticket there. And where's my stapler? So that way on this one I could add, you know, I've got the little cluster and I can add a button to that. I could add a piece of lace on that. I could add, here we go. I'll just add one of these little flowers on there. Let's see. Well, that's not going to cut. I thought that was my Tim Holtz. They will cut. So I'm just going to take 3 and then use a little bit of glue, which again, I did not load up my glue bottle. Might have to stop and do that. There it goes. And I just want to get enough on there that it stays. Don't need to overdo it. But if you don't like the staple, it's a perfect place to hide the staple. Having a hard time getting a hold of it. All right. There we go. Just like that. So the book pages and music and stuff was out of my scrap. Those are in my scrap bin. But the designer pages, because I want to use this collection, I've cut out those. And then I got a little ooze, but I think that's okay. All right, so there's one. And this one, let's see, I might go ahead and glue this one just so I can use maybe a flower or something on top. We want different areas there. Don't necessarily need all of it being the same size. I don't know if this is going to bleed through or not because this paper is so thin. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and stick it there. Like that. And I'm going to take off that little piece, and I'm going to take off this little piece. And then we will just glue down oops. I think I'll just use one of those. And then I think if I have a big enough spot on here, maybe I'll use one of these vellum stickers. They're in various sizes, so too big. That might work. I could put something, oh there we go, that one will work. I could put something behind it or trim off the sticker. The hardest part of using the vellum stickers, of course, is getting the vellum, getting the sticker to show, so getting it peeled apart. This is easier when you don't have fingernails. Sometimes you could just go around the edges, and if anyone knows a better way to do this, please let me know. There we go, I think I got it. Yay! Okay. And like that. I want to really burnish that to the paper so it sticks really well, because these can be kind of like washi tape sometimes and they can come back up. But you know, worst case scenario, I have to add a little glue behind it. So I'm going to take that piece off, and I'm going to trim off that piece. Sticky, and I think there's a little sticky piece here too to trim. But other than that, that looks good. I covered up that little accent piece, so I think, where's that other one? I think I'll just stick that on the bottom. And if you know, make it your own. If you want more layers, if you want less layers, you want more color, you want them all neutral, you know. This is very scrappy. It's going to coordinate, but I am using a lot of scraps, and they are mostly neutral, and that's the idea, is that if you have the neutral ones, then you're gonna be able to get further. So let's do this one. This is a larger one, and I think I want that music on the top, so I'm going to use, I think I'm going to put this way because there's a little tear here, and that'll cover up the ropes, which I don't really necessarily need. I like using book pages from children's books because I don't have to read through and necessarily look for language. A lot of the Dollar Tree books, especially now, are horrible language or other things that I don't really want to use in my books. So just keep an eye out for stuff like that when you're looking at the Dollar Tree books. There we go. And then this piece I may put over the top of, actually I think I'll do this kind of in between, like that. May not need that other table of contents piece. I'm making this up as I go, guys. Have you seen Treasure Books, Natasha? She just did an altered book that is all pockets, and oh my gosh, I have to make one of those. That is so cool, and I'm so excited to try one of those. It looked so cool, and she did the whole tutorial on how to make all the pockets, so you guys will have to check that out. It's really cool. I got too much glue here, so I'll take that off. Without damaging my music paper too much. There we go. Okay. All right. Actually, that side kind of looks cool too, because I got that big blank area that I could put a sticker. This could be a floating accent, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so then I want to take this piece, I want to take that blank, that's so delicate, and I want to add this maybe down lower here, and oh, I think I like this side better. More words. Actually, I think this may be a table of contents from an old hymn book, but the paper is like, it feels almost like newsprint. It's so thin and, well, I don't know if you can see all the fibers coming off of it. All right, so let's do that. And let's find a nice one with birds or something on it. Something a little brighter. I mean, it looks kind of dull until, ooh, that one's pretty. It kind of looks dull until you get it peeled off, and there's a cute little owl. Let's see. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I thought it was a fox, but I've never seen ears like that on a fox. It's not a hedgehog. I don't know what that is. All right, that's pretty with the bouquet. I like that. I like that one. Let's see. I think I want this one. And I'm just going to go look through here really quickly, see if there's something else. There's one with mums and poppies. Nope, I think I'm going to use this one. So there again, like I said, the hardest part then is getting, hey, that one came right off. I lied. All right, so we are going to put this down, and then I want to add a piece of that trim again to the bottom here, because it kind of somewhat coordinates. Let me use my Tim Holtz scissors. Tim Holtz I just saw was doing a live stream on Halloween, but I'm not big on Halloween, so yeah, I think I'll just put that at the bottom. That'll be fun. All right. So, do I want it there, or do I want it at the top? I'm getting glue everywhere. I don't know. I feel like it needs a little bit of weight down here, so I'm just gonna stick it in the corner. And you could put a bow or a piece of lace trim or something on the top. This one's more square. Most of them are more irregular. So, okay, so I've got 3 of these, and I need to pick 2 because I've only got 2 journal cards out here. So basically, I know I want to use this one. And I think I'm going to put that right in the center because I kind of like how it looks. So get the glue on there. And I'm going to put that one right in the center. I think I want, yeah, the head on that side. Not that it matters, but I kind of like this one because it's not completely tea-dyed, and I think it looks cool. So there we have a journal card, and you could sew around these. I don't want to do any sewing in there in these books because, like I said, if I start getting to where they're too complicated, I'm not going to finish it. I know myself well enough to know that. So, all right, so there's one, and then here's the other one. So I kind of like that. I don't really need both, do I? But maybe just because it's an idea book, that will give me an idea of different ways that I can do clusters on journal cards. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. But maybe I'll just do both. I think I'm going to use them both. And I wouldn't necessarily put them in a book like that, but maybe I would, you know? Maybe I would. But this gives me a little bit more. And maybe I'll just put this one on and then put the other one on the page in the book, because I'm going to need to make some sort of pocket for these. So maybe I need to make this one into like a paper clip, and I think that's what I'm going to do for the moment, because I haven't done pockets for that book yet. And if I just pin this on here, no, I want it this way. If I pin that on there, when I get the pockets on the pages, now I have the book here for Scrappin' Saturday. This will go in on the first page. So I know coming up there's one that does pockets, and so then I'll put the pockets, and then the journal cards will go inside of that. So I think that's what I'm going to do instead of gluing that down, and that way this cluster could be possibly on the pocket. So let's do that. Hold on to that, and when we get our pocket, we'll put something in there. So if you want to see how to make this booklet that I'm using for all the Scrappin' Saturday things that we're going to be putting together, you need to look at yesterday's video. Yesterday was Flippin' Friday, and we did these, and this is using a different paper collection, but we did fold over pockets, and I've added some tags to these, and then we did flip up tags. And the fun thing about the flip up, not flip up tags, but flip up pockets, basically I think I called them flip up tucks. This flips up for journaling inside, but the tag holds it, because we made the bottom one into a pocket. This holds that one closed. And then the bottom one here, of course, we made into a matchbook. Just like it goes, I don't know what's going on over there. It just tucks inside there, and it's not going to work for me right now because it's only been in there once, so it has to get used to where it's supposed to go. Probably need to lift this up just a tad. Now that the glue is good and dry, I can bend that back a little bit so that that fits inside, but that keeps that bottom flap closed. So all of these flip up to use for journaling, and then the tag fits in the pocket below it, and I probably have these a little snug. Once they get used, they're going to be more free. So that was yesterday, and yesterday I showed how to make these booklets. It comes out with about 1/4 of an inch spine, and the idea for that, the book itself, comes from Susie over at Creative Cafe Girl, and I've done one before, I believe, with coffee dyed paper and made a journal out of it. But anyway, I'm not going to do the covers on these until we get them all filled up. So, and then I can see what I have left and what I want to do. So, I hope you'll make some journal cards and some clusters. I probably could have taken a piece and you know, put something else on there, but my idea that I wanted to, I mean, we make lots of journal cards, and the thing I wanted to take away from Corey's video was just, I need to use more clusters. And so that was the idea that I'm going with for Scrappin' Saturday #1. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.